Remember the saying, all that glitters isn't gold? Well, if you're new to relationships, especially with the same sex, just know it's not all that it's cracked up to be. Family! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Diana Emanuel, and this is yet another Let's Dish Wednesday. Now, don't forget to subscribe and smush my like button. Today, I'm gonna go back. Yep, I'm gonna go way back. Back in my time when I was 16 and in fourth form. I fell in love with a girl. Yes, looking back at it, it's kind of weird thinking about it now. But I guess it was for me to inspire somebody today. Now, around the time that we got acquainted with each other, I used to get into some strange beef with girls in fifth form, and I don't know where that came from. But then she would always be there to be my saving grace. Like, I'm just wondering if she, planned everything. I don't know, because I didn't want to ask all these questions. But now looking back at it, it just seems too coincidental. We would be in class and people would just all of a sudden pick on me, and then she'd come and she'd cuss them off, and she'd come to me and she'd reassure me that everything's okay, and if anything I could come to her. And I just felt like Cinderella, like, little old me, you're coming to help me? Ooh, thank you. Somebody loves me in this world. All right, now at 16, 17, your hormones are racing. You fall for the next chipmunk on the block, basically. All right? No different for me in fourth form. I was not into anybody really. I was still playing. Like when I went home, I would still climb trees and play. My mother used to call me Big Bird because I'm always in a tree, right? Now, she just made herself seem like my hero, and I gravitated to that. Call it my daddy issues, but she seemed like a strong figure, and she started to be very fluent in my day to day school life. And I really liked it, right? I liked the attention that she was giving me. It felt new, it felt exciting. Now, we would talk, she would pay a lot of attention to me, and she invited me over to her house. All right. And I went with a friend of mine and her her fling. All right, so all four of us was at my girlfriend's house, and we were just talking and just watching TV, you know. And she asked me to come to her room. So I was like, "Oh, something about to happen. I don't know what it is, but I'm here for it." So she called me to the room, and then she made me sit on her bed. And I was like, "Oh, am I about to lose my virginity? Wait, how am I going to lose my virginity? She's a girl. Like, what is she going to do?" I got confused, and then, like, I started thinking, like, way too deep into it. All right. She told me she's coming back. She's going to go to the kitchen. And I'm like, "Oh, what's she gonna get from the kitchen? Like, what we finna do with kitchen utensils?" And then she came back into the bedroom with ice, and she rubbed the ice on my bottom lip, and then she kissed me, and I was like, "Oh, this is nice." Like, I have never seen this ever. I've never seen anybody do this ever on TV. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is something new." But then thinking about it, my mother never really made me watch kissing scenes. Like, she would always either turn the TV off and then time it and put it back on, or she would go and sit in front of the TV or tell me to turn my head away. So I really didn't know what on earth was happening, but my lady parts were happy. Okay. Now, we didn't do anything, but just the kissing made me feel like, ugh, First base. So happy. All right. So fast forward a week later, and her attitude changed. It's like every time she saw me, she was repulsed by me. Like, I thought, wait, what was it? Like, did my breath stink? Like, do I stink? Like, what's wrong with me? Like, why doesn't she want to be around me anymore? Come to find out, the guy who was at the house with my friend and, us, they had a bet to see who could get me first. And she won the bet. I don't know if she got money from it. I don't know if she got bragging rights from it, but they had a bet to see who would get me first. And gullible, stupid me fell for her. Like, I fell for her and not him. Aesthetically, she was more pleasing because his lips were like way too big, and I was like, oh my gosh, like if I were to kiss him, he would swallow me whole. So I was just like, okay, that's not going to happen, but I should have never fell for the bait. Like, think about it, Diane. All of a sudden, she has interest in you. She has never had you on her radar. Like, that was a first sign. Like, how could you have not seen this? But like I said, I was like the awkward person in secondary school. The little bit of attention that I did get was like brand new to me, you know? So, for people out there, especially teenagers, even if you're in your early 20s, if you are getting some explosive attention from somebody who has never given you the time of day before, I think you should reevaluate this situation, because not everything that glitters is gold. Trust me, take it from me. I have been there, I have experienced it, and it crushed me emotionally. It really did. Just to find out that I was a bet all along, that does something to your personality. So, reevaluate the person that is interested in you, ask questions. I don't care if you seem nosy, it is your emotions that are on the line. All right? Do not jump both feet in. You don't know how deep this water is. It could look deep, but it might be shallow. So don't do it. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening to my video. Remember, subscribe, like, and smush that bell notification button so you can see more videos from me. All right? See you in the next one. Bye.